Television has undergone two major revolutions. The first one occurred in 1975 when Sony launched Betamax, enabling people to record shows and watch them later. The second is still happening now, and it's called Netflix. With almost 94 million users worldwide, it's become the #1 streaming platform in the world. It did so by creating original series based on all the big data it collected on its viewers. In other words, data inspired the creative direction. The Tech24 team traveled to Los Gatos, California, to Netflix's headquarters to learn more about how the streaming platform works. This, as it was launching its very latest production, Marvel's Iron Fist. Anka Luca has the story.
Welcome to Netflix's War Room. This is where the magic happens. At the company's California headquarters, an army of engineers is getting ready for an epic battle. Today's the day the latest installment of Netflix and Marvel's Defenders series is going online. And Iron Fist needs to get out to all 190 countries in the Netflix kingdom. The whole painstaking process is monitored closely.
We have here tonight participants from across various engineering teams, groups that go through and write the synopses for every episode of the show, the globalization team that makes sure that everything is translated well.
For 20 years, Netflix has been developing a unique brand of storytelling. What started as a DVD delivery service exploded when it went digital in 2007. Today, the Los Gatos company is in a class all its own, having carved out its very own section of the market. More than 16 billion hours of Netflix programs were streamed in just the last 3 months of 2016. From Marvel's superheroes to critically acclaimed documentaries, the streaming platform has its sights on world domination. Netflix hit the jackpot in 2013 when it started producing original content. This year, the company invested $6 billion in production. But about a third of its employees make up the tech team. They get $1 billion per year to test the latest technology on the market, from the big screen to the small.
Let me hit the go button here on both of these. This is chef's table in France. And what you'll see is the picture on the right is the version in high dynamic range and Dolby Vision. The picture on the left is the same phone, and it's delivering a standard picture, a standard dynamic range picture. And what you'll see is things like the detail in the shadows is much greater on the Dolby Vision picture. And the color of the sunset, the sunrise, I think, over here you see is much more vivid, much more orange. It's washed out white on the standard dynamic range picture.
While Netflix has around 94 million registered accounts, up to 200 million viewers use the service every month. And each viewer has a personalized homepage, thanks to a powerful set of algorithms.
The algorithms, after you have a good design that's easy to use, people are only going to look at 40, 50, maybe 60 titles anytime they visit Netflix. But there are thousands of titles. So the ones that we put at the top for any individual Netflix member are important. So that's how we use the algorithms and the data underneath that. We figure out, based on what you've watched, when you've watched it, how much you watched, we make a determination about those are the titles we should float to the top.
But what happens once they harness all that data? Unlike Silicon Valley neighbors Google and Facebook, Netflix says they haven't had any privacy issues.
They have to serve two masters, my friends who work for those companies. They have to serve the advertisers and they have to serve the consumer. We're a subscription service. With all the data we collect, we only do one thing with that data, and that's to make each individual's experience better. We respect the privacy. We just please stay with our service another month and keep on subscribing. That's what we use the data for.
To keep their viewers coming back, Netflix is ready to do just about anything, including advanced research on the most subtle user behaviors. Deep in the laboratories of audiovisualist specialist Dolby, scientists are working on the future of your Netflix viewing experience. Thermal cameras, EEG helmets, wrist sensors. It's a brave new world of biological user testing.
We use information about the thermal response of his face, so we can pick up changes in the temperature of his face that allows us to also tell things like engagement or how hard his brain is working. We might call that cognitive load. These are all different rich tools that we can use, and we track his emotional, use different data science techniques to track the emotional state of his face and try to predict what emotions he's having. Or maybe we'll look at information about where his eye is tracking, or even the diameter of his pupil.
Even more user data to help Netflix create ever more captivating and immersive content. Next up on the streaming giant's to-do list, revolutionizing the silver screen. But there's one rival that may have already beat Netflix to the punch. Amazon Studios, the online shopping site's creative arm, already has an Oscar under its belt for last year's breakout hit Manchester by the Sea. The ball's now in Netflix's court to push the envelope even further in the fast-paced world of video streaming.